Uh-oh. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Steel Twins are back.
Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yep.
We are back, baby. And we thank you so much for joining us this evening for our regularly scheduled programming for voice acting. Now, give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead and make all the windows all pretty and stuff. We had to do a couple audio checks, but we're totally ready to go.
And while we're setting things up real quick, while we're getting things up to speed for the moment, I want to take this time to get you in a little bit of history here. Some history. It was on this day, up to speed for them, 81 years ago. 1941. This was the date that would live in infamy. That was the time when Pearl Harbor was attacked from our enemies from the east.
They were enemies at the time.
Well, at the time they were enemies from the east. We'll never forget those brave souls who sacrificed their lives during this terrible tragedy. Not to mention, we'll never forget how this was the start of a Second World War. And we weren't even born at that time. Meanwhile, followers only. Okay.
Oh, I've activated shield mode on Twitch, so it'll keep people from spamming my chat. Not that I've had problems. Not that I've had problems before, but new tool. It's always good to use new tools.
It's Calziors is live. I'm not sure who that guy is. It's popped up on your phone, by the way. Whatever.
Well, he's a higher level streamer. I think he's like I don't know how high he is, but he's definitely a lot more popular than we are. But come on, you're here for us though, right?
Yeah. Why not? Well,
go ahead and turn off the viewer count here.
Yeah, we just.
And okay. All right, let me just take around with this. All right, so I think we're just about done fooling around, and we're gonna get into our groove here a little bit. So let's just get this started, shall we? We'll let everybody catch up. But first, we grabbed a couple of waters, because I figured, hey, it's gonna be better for our sleep, gonna be better for our health, and besides, it tastes good too. So,
yep.
Twist the cap off.
It's time to get bombed.
I'm not sure I can get bombed from water, but who are we to judge?
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, no, let's go.
Yep. Yes, indeed, sir. Let's go.
In fact, I gotta say this better. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Where is it? Okay, here it is.
Voice act stream right there. Okay.
And then let me go ahead and turn this viewer count off.
Bless you. Yeah, that's it.
We're in the store just to keep the music from going. Turn this down so I can hear myself think. But order in the court. All rise. We're ready to go. All fries for Judge Foodie.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So last we left off, we just ended the trial of Maggie Bird for day one. We are about to undergo the investigation on the recipe for turnabout.
I cannot wait to get this thing over with. I mean, it's going to be tremendous.
January 7th, 12:52 p.m. Wright and Company law offices.
So how do you think the trial went this morning?
How do you think it went?
Got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances.
Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee.
All we know is Mr. Kudo saw the apron straps and the ribbon.
And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured.
Talk about a terrifying case of contradictinitis.
Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh?
Yeah. We gotta find one for Maggie, or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty.
Wow, the jokes are just horrible. Whatever. Okay, let's talk.
Yeah,
What to
just
do?
cause.
Well, I'm officially at a loss as to where to start.
Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first.
I guess we should try to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. Somehow, I think the key to this case has got to be at Très Bien.
Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. Oh, and we should drop in on Maggie and see how she's doing too.
Any ideas? So, anything on your mind?
Actually, there is something. I was wondering about Xenop, you know, like what he said, what he's like and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that guy.
I gotta beat you so hard it'll feel like you were smooching the express train. Phoenix Wright? You saying you Phoenix Wright? Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only.
Actually, I've learned a little something about my doppelganger.
Huh? You did? What did you find out?
Oh, yeah. Maya was working at the restaurant when I ran into Don Faniane. Who the heck is that guy? Let's just say it was such a terrible version of me that I wanted to sue for defamation. What's that guy's story anyway? What does he have to gain by impersonating me?
Well, let's get to Tribune.
I say let's go to the detention center.
Okay, yeah, we
Check
get
on Maggie.
yeah, check on her.
January 7th, detention center. Visitors room. I guess Maggie's still in questioning.
But we got a question to ask her too. Maggie! Maggie!
Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Speaking of
so-
which, that might be another place to go. So let's go to
Yeah.
Très Bien. January 7th, Très Bien.
Empty, as usual.
Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, that sounds... Okay, we don't know who that is yet. Hey, that sounds like... Now just call an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can.
He's getting really worked up about something.
No, that's a wrong number. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff.
What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just... I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here.
He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? All right, let's talk to him. Today's trial. That's a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal?
You really drove her into a corner, you know.
You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days did you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it, for once.
Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese? Would you have preferred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean.
Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sure. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again.
Ugh.
Something like that.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, good.
Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean.
Why is this happening?
He's banging his head against the wall, Nick.
Oh man, poor Gumshoe.
Lunch special.
I messed up that cue, whatever. So, did you like the twin tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking.
So, how did it taste?
Well, for $20, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate.
Delicate?
You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you?
What's the matter with him?
Looks like he's thinking. That's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. and I just realized it's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. It's just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you paid $20 for it, you know. Maybe you should have found out about the price after he had finished eating.
Hey, Nick. Maybe that's why Glen Elg came here. Maybe he heard about the super fierce twin tea set.
If by fierce you mean fearsome? Speaking of Glen Elg, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy.
Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe when he knows, seeing as he's here?
Alright.
So what were you all excited about earlier?
Huh? That's right. You said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited.
Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little old me. What were you listening to?
Nothing really. It was just the daily exercise show.
Uh-oh. A cyclock.
Come on. What the? A cyclock? This one special lobster sure is great.
Then why are there tears in your eyes?
Oh my
Well,
God.
you know what time it is.
Well, hang on. Before we do that, I want to try something.
Okay.
I want to see if he knows anything about our guy.
Okay.
So Oh, wait, hang on. I'm going to present his profile. There we go. This guy was a real programming genius. I called him the walking computer at the place where he worked.
What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden?
He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun?
Fun? Oh, I know. So have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elg worked yet? You might as well.
His workplace? Where's that?
A computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated, or something like that.
Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go.
Computers aren't really my thing, Maya.
We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff.
I wonder about that. It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? All right, well, now we know what else. Now we know what time it is. Ready? This is for you. Morphin' time.
Morphin' time.
The radio. All right, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you made a big thing out of it, I'm not going to tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to the lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glen Elg did. It's like you could see right through me. Well, we can. Huh? I've cracked him already? See, pal, that's why I said it was nothing.
Unlock successful.
I mean, not that it meant nothing that did any good. The radio. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery?
So how did it go?
I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elg, see? And they've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Mr. Elg was listening to on the day he was killed.
Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. I know the lottery results always broadcast at the same time. Yeah, look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket.
Your radio flyer entered the court record.
Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m.
Millionaire radio? That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick.
And buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Okay. Well, let's do some moving here.
Yeah, let's go to the blue screens.
Yeah, let's go to Blue Screens. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Charge! January 7th. Blue Screens Incorporated.
Wow! This place is so high-tech, you can almost smell the electricity in the air.
It is a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know.
This next one's yours.
Wait.
Who are you?
Oh, hello.
I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked.
Wow, what secrets?
Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building.
Understood.
Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show.
My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director.
Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in a shell. And that thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glen Elg's?
That's a DMH, right?
Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD.
All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Incorporated are supplies with HMDs.
And you write programs too?
No, I just enjoy wearing this.
They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one.
Alright, let's talk to this person.
Yeah, let's talk to her.
Blue Screens Incorporated. So, what exactly is this firm's business?
I will try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management streams required by certain branches of industry and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them.
Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyzing management.
Doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much, right?
The software we produce is distributed on CDs.
CDs?
Yes, compact disc, digital optical storage media.
Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music.
It is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they're doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now?
I'm researching the impact of time slicing, common errors, and logical access shared on global variables. The obviously programs for
Difference response time and performance. So the co-values of variables memory overhead is vitally important to the statistic execution.
Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all of that?
Yeah.
Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. Alright, well, let's see what happened.
Yep.
You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? You mean about...
Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible.
Can you tell us anything that might be helpful?
I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier too, but I couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Incorporated.
Oh,
How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already?
No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you are welcome to take it.
Guess there might be a clue here somewhere.
Well then, let's investigate.
Let's walk around. Let's look around here. What's on his desk?
This
He's got a
thing.
horse on his desk.
whoa! Look at this desk, Nick. What a mess.
Looks pretty average to me.
But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this.
You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know. She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry, then.
Hey, this calendar.
What about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it.
Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen.
December 3rd. That's the day Mr. Elk was murdered. Is there anything else?
Yeah, it says, meet with the tiger.
The tiger?
Glenn's calendar out of the court record.
Now we're starting to cook with peanut oil.
You smell that?
Yeah.
The tickets. What are those tickets on the floor?
Wow, look at this mess.
Looks like they're all betting tickets.
What kind of betting tickets?
for betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets.
Oh, wow. His drawers are stuffed full of those.
Looks like they're all losing tickets, though. Losing horse, man, there's over 500 of them. Holy smokes.
Now, this many tickets will get you, what? $1 down at the recycling center? But I didn't know you were so hard up that you try to profit from the dead, Nick.
I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya.
But you can talk to her about Glenn.
Okay, so then we present her. Okay. About Mr. Elg.
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality.
Oh? Like what?
He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble.
What's the matter?
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So there was really no trouble at all. A model employee.
Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. You've got to find out what this trouble was exactly.
I think you can talk to her about Glenn's troubles now.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going to run into a cyclops.
I think so.
About Mr. Elg, was he in some kind of trouble?
I'm sorry. Why would you think that?
I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser.
Uh-oh. Cyclops!
Oh, there's 3 of them. 3 cyclops?
I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
That reminds me of Dracula from Symphony of the Night. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Well, let's get to the kitchen. Tribune and some.
So we got to move
Back to the kitchen.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know we could go back to the kitchen. January 7th. Tribune kitchen.
Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone.
Uh-oh.
That's mine.
I'll be back next month.
Not too long. I'll be waiting for you.
If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
No, I will have everything ready. I promise.
I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles.
No. Stop it. I beg you.
Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you.
Man, no. This is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle.
Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart.
Okay.
Oh, no. You do not have to worry. You know, you might have thought too much. Maybe it's easy to let you relax. Desire of sandalwood.
I do love raw meat from time to time.
Okay.
I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye for now.
Why does she have bandages around her head?
I have less else. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I become a nervous wreck. There. Oh, oui. That feels good. Oh la la. Excuse-moi, monsieur.
My eyes!
Your eyes? If you're told with your eyes, you need this. Le sandalwood.
Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? Oh my
Let's talk to him.
Do we have to?
No choice now.
You don't exactly have any customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong?
No, you're right, monsieur. But perhaps that is a perfect time to visit me, no? That way I give you my undivided attention and cook you for latte supreme.
Putting on a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick.
You're right. Business is very difficult these days. Pricing is the problem. People do not understand that. They think it is trade. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive.
But to think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays?
Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry.
Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya?
But this stone is my life. It is everything to me. I will defend it till life now. No one will take it from me.
The woman just now.
So, who was that woman you were just talking to?
Oh la la, you saw that?
Well, yes. Sorry.
So, who was she? She looked so plain and graceful.
Bullshit.
Nope.
But graceful? And she likes warm meat and fires, right? I'll be back next month. Well, not so now. I'll be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything right there. I promise.
Now that I think about it, hey Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having.
You think so? Well, then let's show them that piece of evidence and see what happens.
Yeah, let's show him that contract.
This one here?
Yeah. Show him the contract. So long as that people exist, I am but the delightful angel with that blocker wings.
An angel? An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it.
They can tell us me month after month. In the end, I have to give in. I agree to help them.
Help them? With what?
Mais bien sûr, if I did not know them element, I would have refused. But my hands were tied.
Please, what did you agree to help them with?
No, I cannot say. If I tell you, that woman, she will slice me up. And it means salad garnish.
Ew. Hope it doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm gonna guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right?
Oh, please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
Well, you can talk to him about it now.
The woman who was here earlier. I take it that she's,
Why has it come to this? What a tragedy. Suddenly I find myself so deep in la debt. It is the sign of la bad world we live in, huh?
No, I'd say it's more of a sign of bad culinary skills.
The woman who was here, this scary woman, she is from the loan office.
Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from?
Tender lender, perhaps? Oui, tender lender is called.
Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money.
Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10.
$10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya.
Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much.
So Tender Lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
I wonder if they got anything to do with this case.
Okay, I'm a weak woman, but I'm upset. I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Next time I'm loaning me like money, I have to pay back up $1,000,000 now. I'm like his slave. I do everything that he tells me.
Who's this he?
La tiger.
The tiger?
Uh-oh.
Watch it.
Oh no.
Hold on a minute. Okay, we're back.
We're back. Hey!
Hey, we're back.
The tiger?
That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Oui, he's the manager of the Tender Lender, a terrified man, like big city upstairs. When he talks to me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry.
A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance?
Oh, no. This man is a presence, a most formidable personality. Although, oui, he does have like spiky hair just like you. Oui, there is a resemblance here, I suppose.
Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all.
If you want to visit the Tender Lender, it's just beyond Vitamin Square.
Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some. As long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Alright, well, you know where we're going. We're moving.
Yep, get to the...
Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We got a big meeting starting in a bit. Hey, Alex, thanks for...
Alex Polonsky, thanks for liking the stream. How you doing, man?
I barely caught it on the replay.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside.
Okay, well, we'll see you later then.
Bye. Another big case. You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I kind of got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for Maggie, actually. And I was kind of hoping you'd give this to her for me.
What is it?
It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe? How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on earth who could down this much meat.
I mean, somebody's ex-wife. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. Ah, boy. So will you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. Can't exactly say no, can I?
Don't choose lunchbox out of the court record. Get Mickey right.
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. All right, well, maybe I go visit her first. He's finally gone.
Well, it's up to you.
Okay, so we got two choices. We can either go to the loan office or we can go to the detention center. Let's go to the detention center.
Okay.
See what happens.
Nope.
Nothing here. All right, nothing doing. So back to Fabian. We're going to Vitamin Square. January 7th. Uh-oh, the scooter's there. January 7th, Vitamin Square.
I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you?
Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway. At least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix.
Well, what else can he move?
Well, I know where he can
Tender
move.
lender.
Tender
Yes,
lender.
let's
So
get
you
there.
know what? Da-da-da-da-da-da, charge! Let me try to figure this out. If I get stuck, then we'll consult the book.
Okay, good.
January 7th, Tender Lender.
This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Talk about a creepy voice. Makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. Oh, boy.
You're here to discuss a loan?
No, not exactly.
The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone. Just like that.
Guess we'll just have to come back another time.
Well, this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay?
You think it'd be okay?
Of course. No one will ever know. Coffee. Ah! I'll leave it here for you to enjoy quietly.
Yes, thank you.
Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here.
Now she wants to get out of here.
Well, let's examine something. See that blue suit?
Oh, look at that.
Hey, look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic.
Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion.
Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
The same color as my suit.
Ah!
Keep your voice down, Maya.
Nick, you've got to take a look at this. Some cake. Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise... Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure.
I have my eye on you, only so I can take care of you. Understand? Ah, I'm scared, Nick.
So, what were you getting so excited about before?
Look on the lapel of his suit.
That's an attorney's badge.
Is the tiger a lawyer?
No way. Look at this thing. It's made of paper.
Paper badge out of the court record.
For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick.
Why doesn't anyone obviously Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Oh my
There's
God.
a CD over here. You remember seeing a CD?
Oh, there's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud it's a wonder you can hear it.
Lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. Have you finished the coffee?
Ah! Yes, thanks. It was lovely.
So, you drank it all? If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup.
Well, she points where she Mickeyed the cup. That coffee, it was laced with something. I'm almost sure of it.
Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh, wait, maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast.
I sure hope so. Better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the?
What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw the Tiger?
It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber.
What?
There we go. This must be the CD Maggie told us about.
Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal.
No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do.
MC Bomber added the court record. What about that? What's that piece of paper hanging on that thing up there?
This guy here.
Let's see. This round doll thing is called a Daruma, I think. I think I'd read a book or two and be more cultured, in case you were wondering.
You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change?
I bet he also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always write himself. Come on, Nick. Give him a good shove.
Only if I feel like dying.
Now, this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king. Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversing person, you know.
Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they?
Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here.
What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane.
The car's registered to the Cannaverinis.
Huh? So it's not even the Tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office?
Check the ashtray. See what you can find there. Down there on the right.
Well, that's not. Oh, that.
Yeah,
I thought that was a takeout box.
Oh no, someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's gonna be a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything.
I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal.
How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy?
Oh hey, there's a book of matches here too.
Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second.
What is it?
Look what's printed on its cover. It says Tribulations.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them.
Yeah, the pilot light for the auto spoiler keeps going out.
Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. Come out from under the desk, Maya.
What are you two snooping around in my office for?
Nothing. We were just...
My precious carpet! You got ash on my rug! You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door!
It wasn't us. It was already like this.
You wanna argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you can take me on? I'm gonna flatten you two into pancakes and turn you into my new rugs!
Oh, Don Tigre, you're back.
Ah, that voice. It's like evil seeping into your head through your ears.
I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier, and...
Has she got a death wish or what?
Oh, right.
Huh?
Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing.
What?
I ain't gonna get mad at you. You do you, yeah?
That's so unfair.
Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Phoenix Wright.
Yes?
You was either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you've gotta come and mess up my plan.
So it was him. He's my phony.
I don't care. No one gets in my way.
Well, what? I mean, excuse me?
You should have left the little girl at home, right?
I have a few things I want to
No questions. This is the last time we meet.
Wait, please.
That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him.
Like, you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it either.
The espresso. And cookies.
This woman is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta?
Violetta, talk to her.
So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender.
With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business, a conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy.
Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well?
We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tender Lender. Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright and Company at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan?
Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tender Lender is on your side.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Right. I think I'd rather skip town.
Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
What happened? So, you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger.
Furio Tigre.
Furio?
Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from?
See, Nap's got a real name. Nick, hurry up and find out more about him.
Well, so I guess we're gonna present his profile. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie? Sure. How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor's all yours.
No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and this scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
Another person who saved lives. The tiger saved you?
Please address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to.
Okay. Don Tigre, of course. I'm sorry. He saved her life. I'd sure like to know how that happened.
We'll talk to her about it.
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died. Once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
No, something else is going on here. I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you got that bandage around your head?
The head bandage.
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
A fatal injury?
Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once?
Uh-oh. Cyclops!
Oh, there's 4 of them. It's extra reinforced.
She really creeps me out, Nick.
Same here. We've got to find out the truth.
Well, nothing we can do here yet. So let's go back to Vitamin Square, see what we can find.
All right. January 7th, Vitamin Square.
There he is. Old Cindy's back feeding the pigeons again.
Oh, boy.
There, take this, and get out of my park.
Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can.
What? Why? Hello, old man.
What are you doing, Maya?
Huh? Ka.
Hey, he just turned his back on us.
I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning.
Hey, Mr. Kudo.
Huh? Pigeon, huh? Ka.
Look, we really need to talk to you, all right?
Out with the demons, in with the good fortune.
Ow, ow, ow. See, shell splinters. Painful.
I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Jesus Christ.
Just talk to him.
Sorry about what happened in court earlier today.
Ka. Hey, what are we talking about me behind my back now? Dirty old man was so busy looking at the servant girl's backside. Now he can't remember her face. Filthy, depraved animal.
Not at all.
You listen to me, boy. I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder in the young lad's Javicino.
We hear you.
And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles.
We're really sorry.
So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I'll tell you.
Okay. Take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo.
Don't tell me to take it easy, you spike here, brat. Take this.
Right on.
You said you were a craftsman, right?
Ka. The modern world casts on craftsmen like me aside in droves.
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. You hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection.
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young?
I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all.
I've got a tsunami of frustration inside, and it's ready to burst out.
We let him start rambling now. We might never shut him up. What should I do?
Suck it up.
Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. There's not much call for craftsmen these days, then.
Of course not, you idiot. All I'm good for nowadays is running errands.
Errands?
Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bed community handyman?
Well?
Buy some bread, now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh, yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I?
I'm sure you don't.
DJ Scratch.
Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant. Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? Did you get asked to run an errand there too?
Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned.
What? What the hell is this?
What?
So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do?
Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed, And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me.
Excuse-moi, you, call the police. Call them yourself.
Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze.
Did you call them on your cell phone?
Well, it looked like I had one of those newfangled thingamajigs. I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes?
So for 5 minutes after the incident happened,
Yes, sirree, the owner was at Tribulations on his own.
why didn't you mention this in court this morning?
Well, I would have you given me the chance. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame.
You could have at least told us before we got to court.
Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police?
What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious, which leaves that man alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant.
Oh, sure. You go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, huh?
We need to get more details about what exactly happened from Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong.
All right, well,
I know what we got to do now. Let's go. So where do we go? Okay, I'm thinking let's go. I want to go back to the detention center real quick.
you go through there and then to the detention center.
January 7th, detention center, visitors room.
Oh, Mr. Wright.
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you?
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway.
Is it possible she's the one misremembering things? Well, let's present this. Let's present the food first of all. That's the first thing I want to do.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I've got something you're gonna love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox? Weenies too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, what's Detective Gumshoe? Who else will make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he's put a lot of effort into making this too. I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow, when the next cop turns waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier.
And anyway, I hate weenies. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But...
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But... I guess so.
Lunchbox eaten with Maya.
Love it. Now talk to her.
Tate.
Well, how was it?
That at the spot. I love Wheaties.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.
Oh. Well, let's talk to her.
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
Didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup?
Or somebody else impersonating the waitress.
Right. Except, but look at that hair.
Yeah.
Now, hang on a second. Where's her bandage?
I don't see it.
So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
You never did find a CD at the crime scene, sure.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
After the incident,
You said that you passed out when the victim Glen Elg collapsed, right?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations.
No idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old Seedy wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No, you don't think Mr. Armstrong shut me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out.
Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about Old Seedy.
well,
So let's present his profile.
actually his testimony.
I'm gonna do this just for fun.
Oh, I feel much better after a trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it.
There you go.
Okay.
Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite... Doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman.
A woman?
Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh.
Creepy.
Cackling?
Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently?
You have.
Now, I want to present the testimony just like you said, to see what happens. No, that's not it.
That's it.
That's the one.
All right, we're much better this morning, but I've been courtroom seeing that for years
Okay,
now.
so it's the same thing.
Same thing. All right, so
And then let's present this woman's profile. See if something comes up.
I know you should be on the police force, sir, but I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you. All I can tell you about now is info about ex-cons or clientele of Tribulations, sir. Aw, don't let it get you down, Maggie.
I guess
go
not.
ahead. Okay. Well, let's get back to
Let's get back to Tribulations, I guess.
about the criminal affairs department.
Well, I mean, that too. January 7th, police station, criminal affairs department.
Main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already.
Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too.
I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. I'm watching videos online.
But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my agent's soap operas.
I'm just gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch.
No, just when some young guy some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot to trot girlfriend.
Wow, this place is really buzzing.
Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? What are you doing here, pal?
Detective Gumshoe.
You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We got big problems here today.
Why? What's going on?
It's a virus! A virus! A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions.
Let's talk to him.
Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up.
Yes.
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this. You hear?
Okay.
If you've got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Was that all? Well, let's see. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling in all their debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. All right, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady?
Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick?
You better find out what the story is with this lady. Part of me wants to present your profile. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
That's the girl who works over at Tender Lender. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name's Viola
Cadaverini.
Her name's Viola Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini?
Bruto Cadaverini? You know who that is, Nick?
Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini's the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. You can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. And you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Let's talk about the computer viruses real quick.
So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know.
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, all right, pal? And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine. I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. What's a virus? A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No. The damage is, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
Imagine all the case data you've got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network, so the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh?
But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's.
What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold.
Right. And he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong.
Who? What? Where? When and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard of it before, too.
I'll present him the CD.
Well, I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They got too much moolah. Moolah? As in, they pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market.
Remember that?
The black market, huh? And that includes tender lender, I take it? Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini, and I mean no one. Interesting.
So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up a tender lender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of tender lender are pretty tight.
Tight?
That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue.
So let's present the CD. The MC Bomber CD.
Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and this virus. I was like, this is it. This stupid name. I remember now. I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on?
We got another like here.
Nate.
From Nate Blessing.
Nate Blessing, thank you so much for liking the stream.
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name scribbled on that sports paper written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber. Wow. So it wasn't a, oh my God. Wow. Yeah, we weren't talking about a music deal.
What?
Yeah, the virus that's just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details? Please.
Well,
let's talk about it. We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing in a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses, it almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale?
Remember that?
Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal.
Ooh, that's gonna be important.
In the millions? A virus can be worth that much? MC Bomber update on the court. You don't think that motherfucker tried to buy or sell a virus, did he?
Well,
but you know
why?
You know who I'm talking about, right?
But
if homeboy was deep in debt. Anyway. Well, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, the lunchbox. How did everything go? The lunchbox?
You remember the weenies? I hate weenies.
Oh, yeah, those weenies. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah? That's what she said? Really?
Well, not exactly.
Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh.
Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this? This sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. I could just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
Weenies again, Nick? Tell me we don't have to eat all these too.
Gumshoe's lunchbox given to Maya. Again.
Well, I don't know.
I really can't eat anymore.
Okay, well, let's... well, guess what time it is? I say it's time to break some cyclox.
Okay, so it's morphin' time?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we gotta step backwards a couple places. All right, let's see
Okay,
here.
try beyond.
Then we move.
Why don't we break Why don't we break Lisa's locks first?
Oh, this person here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, guess what time it is?
Oh,
Ready, set.
it's more than time. Glen's troubles. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in?
I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak with someone in customer service.
What's she talking about? I guess I'd better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's trouble have something to do with this? His horse racing tickets?
What is that?
A bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones.
With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral.
Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell?
But what is the relevance of these tickets?
The victim, Mr. Glen Elg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he?
I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time.
Yeah, but not everyone buys this many tickets.
Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own.
You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? Now you go to the
Lottery ticket.
either the flyer or the ticket.
Yeah, the victim's lottery ticket.
The lottery, horse racing. He bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be in the case of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps.
Pause.
No! You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand?
Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any.
But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000?
Yeah, but
Well, it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it?
it's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end. But that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that.
Deep trouble? What do you mean?
Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Yep, I know exactly who it is. This guy.
Yep.
Furio Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender.
Tender lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices.
Like you're one to talk. Well, what do you think?
Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money.
No. I mean about Mr. Elg.
You think Glenn had something to do with this Furio Tigre?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know of any connection between the two of them.
Really? Because I've got proof that Mr. Elg and the Tiger knew each other.
The calendar. Meet the tiger.
Furio Tigre,
Hold on.
Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. No!
No, it's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think.
$100,000? Ouch!
But I heard he won the lottery, so she should have been in the clear.
Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then?
Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money.
His talents?
I suspect he was talking about programming.
Well, what computer program is worth $100,000?
Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work.
I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this MC Bomber?
Yep.
Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber.
No!
Unlock successful. Glenn's troubles.
Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep.
You mean he was in debt?
Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky.
Risky? How?
Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations?
Damn it.
I don't think so.
Where do you come up with these ideas?
Risky extra work.
So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh?
The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market.
Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. This
Date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts.
MC Bomber updated the court record.
Alright. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore.
Glenn Elg's losing horse racing tickets thrown back on the floor.
Use the trash can, Nick.
Okay,
Now
now
I get
time for the other sidewalk.
There's another safe we gotta crack, so
Well,
you know what time it is.
Guess what time it is?
It's morphin' time. Extra reinforced.
The head bandage.
You said that bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct?
Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently.
Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this?
Repair bill.
The what?
The repair bill.
Oh. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cataverinis.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cataverinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. All right, then. Your relationship with the Cataverinis is very strong, and this is why.
Well, her grandfather.
I know exactly who you are, Viola Cataverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you?
It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but it took a blow. I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cataverini, right?
I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have...
Is it possible? Could the person who have committed the hit and run have been this guy? It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided, the motorbike and my car, but Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he?
It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike.
The bike
by
is-
presenting the bike itself.
Yes.
It's trashed.
Yes.
It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they?
It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true.
I knew it.
But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
I think I know how he paid for it. Well, she seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me.
Bullshit.
I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else.
Someone else, remember?
Yep.
Bruto.
This guy.
This guy. Yep.
Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right?
Remember?
And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million.
That's a lot of money. And guess where he got the money from?
Yup. Unlock successful. The head bandage.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really?
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
He said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh?
It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
Compensation.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said that it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather.
So, she's going to turn on him like a loose sack of change.
But I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was evil.
Huh?
He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
Yeah, he could, otherwise he was going to die.
Yeah, this is some straight up Godfather shit, huh?
Yep. Viola's medical papers added to the court record.
Wow, I feel so bad for Viola.
It's inexcusable.
Huh?
There are two things that I consider inexcusable: poisoning and betrayal.
Remember those two words? Remember who else did it?
Ooh.
You'll find out later.
Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Yes. Yes. Oh, man. It's yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's why he's so pissed about it. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics.
Is everything all right, Nick?
We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso.
Yeah.
I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. All right, well,
Back to Tribulation.
let's take a look at her medical papers. See
Yeah,
if
okay.
I can't do that.
No, can't do that.
So where are we going now?
Back to Tribulation.
Man, this Tigre guy is he's so much more of a scumbag than you really think. Wow, he's truly the heel of this whole thing.
Bonjour. I'm ready for your Twitter. Mr. Armstrong.
Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you, fellas.
Oh, this bastard.
Ah, it's Enoch.
Who you calling Zini Oop?
Come out from under the table already, Maya.
Okay, hand it over.
What?
You want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now!
Uh-oh. I think he wants Viola Catavarini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Catavarini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you.
Forget about it. That girl's done with that eggplant. You want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's Boodle's little girl. Now that's sad.
I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off.
You crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's two of us here. You got that? Two.
Mr. Armstrong?
Pardonnez-moi. Désolé. I cannot give this
Tonight? Ugh. That really hurt.
Is that all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter.
Well, wait.
Don't take it too hard, Phoenix, right?
That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal! Detective Gumshoe!
Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! Wah!
Whoa! Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Huh? All right, thanks, Gumshoe.
Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind.
I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tender lender is going down.
Orale.
Oh, we can't get rid of this thing now. It's too good.
So it's been an hour and a half.
Yep, we still got a half an hour. So we will override the second data and we will go to the trial. Let's go.
Let's go.
January 8th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie.
So,
What do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery.
that's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet.
Are you okay, Nick?
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course.
I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination.
Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
All right, here we go.
Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. What's stressing Maggie out? She doesn't need that. How did you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh, you look like you lost the case already. Show a little bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help.
Huh? You taking up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Tribulations' kitchen a couple of days ago. The medication.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many they're overflowing onto the floor.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either.
And it doesn't smell.
We finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Medication?
Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears? You mean... Yeah, it's the medication Glen Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glen Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen?
Small bottle refilled with the court record.
What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour, and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... That's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it? Today's trial. I'm going to expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright.
You damn right, son.
Man, this is personal.
January 8th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. All rise.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed a defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You've lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles.
The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here, he was throwing us off the scent. And today, I'll prove it.
Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. Oh boy. Here we go.
And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone. I'm Jean Armstrong, Leonard and chef of la Tribulations. Enchanté.
Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman?
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la built and bulky gentleman, no?
On the day of the incident, you were at Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right?
Easy, monsieur. Everything feels right.
Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Very well, your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations.
Oui, what else? At Tribulations. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new articles that day, like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Look up, lay piercing the glasses. He would have seen everything on the house, no?
I don't think so. Nope, there's no mirrors. A mirror?
Oui, encore mirror. Le most enormous mirror.
Oh my God.
And suddenly, the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front.
What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
There obviously wasn't a mirror, for Christ's sake.
I think I know the contradiction here, so follow me. What happened? There was 2 customers in my restaurant. Continue. I remember I was experimenting with some new articles that day. Continue. Like having a large mirror between our tablets, for example. Continue. We present is what the little man was looking at. Continue. Look up like piercing a lot of glasses. You would have seen everything. Well, present something. Take a look at Glen Elg.
I'm presenting his profile.
Yeah, take a look at him. He wore an HMD over his left eye. His left eardrum was ruptured.
Objection! The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
Boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was left ear, no, without a doubt.
So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all of that as a reflection in a mirror, it means that both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, he's not so out, no?
Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Order. Order. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection. How bitter. Trite. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume.
The I broke the vase, sorry, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh, yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Well, Trite?
That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever.
Wow, I really thought he was old Stevie for a minute there. Kudo's good.
Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at la place de la restaurant.
The mirror.
Was there actually a mirror, though? I don't remember seeing one at all.
Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, divided into two halves.
No, it wasn't.
No, I don't think so. There's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victime. That was la seat de la table next to la victime. That was where la man was sitting. After la table is in the car, I moved la mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
I bet he's lying about that.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this.
Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in the cold sweat over there again.
I hate that guy.
You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Of course.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
Oh, I think I found a contradiction here. See, clearly there was no mirror, right?
Yeah, clearly.
The mirror was in the middle of the restaurant, divided two halves. Continue. There was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victime. Continue. There was a seat at la table so the victims up. This is what man was saying. Wait a minute. Now present something. Take a look at the crime photo. Okay, so
Well,
there's see that vase over there?
yeah,
It was there, wasn't it?
yeah.
Present it.
Present this photo. Objection! This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor.
A crime photo?
Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trite.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo?
Well, which one of them?
One on the left.
This vase here.
Right here.
I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture.
The vase? What possible connection does that have with this witness's testimony?
Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. His testimony.
Yes.
There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection! Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Mon Dieu!
Objection! Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Objection! Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day.
In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear which he could not hear?
You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this,
and I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it.
Are you gonna be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Mike?
There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us. There was another man at the victim's table, and there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up.
Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer.
Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. The victim was a phony. This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up.
And what is that?
The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glen Elg at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. The hell? So then Glen Elg's alive?
Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom.
Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh?
What did you say?
Trite. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Yes. Someone pretended to be Glen Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection. Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was...
The servant girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. That's the servant girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
It's so hard to believe, but
There was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Objection. Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening.
that's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was that scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Ooh la la. This is most difficult for me. Objection! No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Oh, boy. Yo, in the restaurant.
I think let me see if I can... La victor, Monsieur Elg, you get my restaurant alone. I remember a little man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers.
No, there was.
When he got word he won the lottery, Monsieur Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the puzzling incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phone to do that thing.
There absolutely was.
Yes.
Because he had to go call the police.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later.
Oui?
For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination.
Oh, yeah.
He's sweating like a hog.
Yes, he is. All right, here we go. The victim, Monsieur Elg, he came to my restaurant alone. Continue. And then the long man arrived not long after. Press on that. We need more information.
Hold it. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
Oui? He comes off for my special coffee.
I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience.
Oh, you make me so happy, Monsieur. You almost welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip and nothing more.
So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail.
What time was it?
Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh, no. I cannot remember, Monsieur.
I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Yeah, 2:25. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was 2:30 when
Poisoning happened.
When the poisoning happened.
Uh-oh.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
Last did happen about 20 minutes after you arrived.
No, it didn't.
So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m., no?
No. Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, Monsieur. You are wonderful.
I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Oui, Monsieur George. Everything I do for you.
Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood.
He's even humming a song to himself. And the mellow man arrived not long after, just after 2 p.m. will present something.
Present?
The Millionaire Radio Flyer. Remember what time it was?
Yeah, 1:30 p.m.
Aha.
Objection! I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
What? What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Oui, that must be the show Monsieur Elg was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, I'm sure of it. I remember that perfectly now. I know it was that time because I just finished serving the lunch menu.
Get to the point, Wright, if you have one.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m., and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it announced he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time.
No!
This victim we have been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, there is only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Wow. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Objection. Quite a performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll.
Huh?
But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this, Music Theory 101?
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elg is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection. Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was a phony Glen Elg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
Yeah, that's a little... The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture, Wright. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Evidence?
What's with the intense pressure here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed?
Inside Tribulations.
It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to share the court on these plans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Well, hold on a second. The exact location where the body was concealed inside Tribulations was...
The kitchen.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, makes sense. The body was hidden here. I see.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up?
Yes.
Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location?
His medication.
Yep. There you go.
Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No. I've never seen such ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The ice quality only for me.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations.
Quoi? But I haven't used these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg was visiting an ear clinic and was given medication that day.
You can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glen Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Mon Dieu.
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
No!
Order. There's an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glen Elg?
Never. I could not do such an horrible thing. No.
Mr. Godot?
The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Stupid rule. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now?
But I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about brand new flavor in here? My H deficient for my H deficient friend.
Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
Por favor. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish.
I'm only gonna ask you once. Did you do it?
No, absolutely no.
Because he's right, he didn't do it.
Simply,
Let's hear it. You got one shot, right, Gramps?
Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel.
It is clear.
What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Uh-oh.
Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
Well, a confession.
I gotta hydrate for this one.
Yep.
It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him, I swear it. You must believe me.
You were forced? By who?
I cannot say, or I will be erased.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elg died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was. There was another man.
Yeah, there we go. I knew it!
Man, he was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright.
There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer.
Oh yeah, I think I know who.
No, we all know who.
Yes.
We know exactly who it is.
It is true, I hid the body in the kitchen. Continue. A man forced me to do it.
What man? What man?
So-
Present.
We know who it is.
Yep. Shove him in his face.
Objection! Let's end this dance of Ring Around the Rosie, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to.
Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He is the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you.
The contract.
This loan contract. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
It is as you say. Mr. Armstrong, let's talk out. He told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On la dernière question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know how it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and I consisted out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I'd seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre.
I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like he was not getting what I done it. I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
I don't think so. 30 minutes.
What?
The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more.
How the...
Don't sit back and relax yet, Trite. No one knows if that shove is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way.
Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess.
Well,
All right, what do we do? Do we plow on?
I say we. I don't. It's been in 2 hours and 4 minutes, 2 hours and 5. Good idea to cut this.
Okay, then next week, right here on Condor's Gaming Corner, we will have the conclusion of Recipe for Turnabout. Stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss it.
Nope.
Let me overwrite the select data first. And now, to close tonight's proceedings, I am the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the package, Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Brothers, and we are for real.